Hey everyone, in this tutorial I'll show you how to create and manage assets inside GameLab AI. When you are on your game page, you can open the asset editor by tapping Add Asset. Here you can choose what type of asset you want to add. You can select between character, scene, background, UI element, prop, effect, audio, animation, and other object types. These categories help the AI understand how each asset should be used later in the game. For example, a character is handled differently from a background, an effect, or an audio file. In general, you can add different kinds of content to most asset types: images, animation files, 3D files like GLB, or audio files. But characters have one extra advantage. You can also add character-specific animations, like walking, running, jumping, or attacking. For this example, we'll create a new character. I'll select Character and give it a clear name. In this case, I'll call it Zombie Boss. Once I create it, the new asset appears in the asset catalog inside the correct asset group. You can see that some assets already have animations, but our new Zombie Boss is still empty. Now we can either add something from the asset library, upload our own file, or generate a new asset with AI. Let's start by generating it with AI. For the base image, you can either write your own prompt describing exactly what the character should look like, or you can tap Generate. When you use Generate, GameLab AI takes the asset title and description, if available, and creates a useful image prompt for you. Before generating the image, I usually like to quickly check the prompt and adjust it if needed. One important tip: think about the direction your character should face in the game. If your character mainly moves to the left, it often helps if the base image is already facing left. If it mainly moves to the right, let it face right. This can make the animations cleaner later. So in this case, I'll make sure the prompt clearly says that the zombie boss is facing left. Once the prompt looks good, we tap the empty image area, choose Generate with AI, and let GameLab AI create the image. This can take a short moment. And now we have our base character image. This image is only the base state of the character. It is not the animation yet, so it's okay if the preview image has a simple or plain background. What matters is that we now have a clear starting point for the character. If we want the character to move, walk, attack, jump, or perform any action in the game, we need to add animations. To do that, we go to the Animation section and tap Add Animation. Here we can choose from presets like walk, run, attack, or jump. But I usually recommend using Custom because then you can name the animation more precisely. Instead of just calling it Walk, I'll call it Walk Left. This helps the AI understand exactly what the animation should do, and it also keeps the asset catalog cleaner later. Now we are on the animation page. Here we can choose how many frames we want. For simple 2D games, around 6 to 8 frames is usually enough. You can go higher, but I would not overdo it, especially if your game has many different assets. Too many frames can make the project more complex and may make it harder for the AI to keep everything consistent. For this example, I'll use 8 frames. Now we have two main ways to create the animation. The first option is the Premium Animation Workflow. This creates a short video animation and then extracts the frames from that video. In most cases, this gives smoother and more natural results. The second option is the Base Workflow. This creates individual frames one by one based on image sequences. This can be useful for simple state changes or if you only need 2 or 3 specific poses, but for smooth walking or attacking animations, Premium Animation usually works better. GameLab AI automatically creates a motion prompt based on the character and the animation name. Again, I recommend quickly reviewing it. If needed, you can make it more specific. For example, I'll make sure it says the character should walk left, stay facing left, and not rotate. Then we tap Generate Video Animation. Now the animation frames are created one by one. Sometimes the first result is not perfect. For example, the character might rotate, turn around, or change too much during the animation. That's completely normal. In that case, just go back to the prompt and make it clearer. For example, I'll add something like, walk to the left, always facing left, no rotation, no turning around, consistent character shape. I'll also remove unnecessary details from the prompt, so the instruction is shorter and easier for the AI to follow. Then I generate it again. And now, the animation looks much cleaner. Next, let's add another animation. I'll create a new animation and call it Attack Left. Again, I'll check the prompt and make sure it clearly says that the character is facing left while attacking. Then I generate the animation. And now we have a clean attack animation for our zombie boss. You can repeat this process for any other movement or action you need: idle, jump, run, damage, death, special attack, and so on. Now let's quickly look at another way to add assets. Instead of generating everything, you can also use the asset library. You can either open an existing asset or create a new empty one, tap the base image field, and choose Assets from the library. GameLab AI includes a selection of free assets and characters that you can use directly in your game. Just select the asset you like, apply it, and it will be added to your asset catalog. Once you are happy with your assets and animations, tap Apply Assets to the game. This sends the current asset catalog back into the game chat. Your selected AI model will then analyze the new assets, update the game code in the background, and integrate the new elements into your game. After the update is finished, you can open the preview and test the result. In this example, we now have our zombie runner shooter using the newly created zombie boss character and animations. If you want to make more changes, you can continue iterating in the chat. For example, you can ask the AI to adjust movement, improve the attack, change how the character appears, or use the animations differently. Once you are happy with the game, go to the Settings tab. Here you can add or generate a cover image for your game. You can tap Generate with AI, and GameLab AI will create a cover image based on the game title and description. Or you can write your own prompt if you want a more specific result. For example, cover image for a zombie runner shooting game. After that, you can review the game title, description, and genre. When everything looks good, tap Publish New Version. Your game is now published and can be played by others in the app and on the web. You can also share the game link so people can open it online or play it directly inside GameLab AI. And that's how you create assets, animations, and apply them to your game in GameLab AI.